When it's like, I know this ambition lives in me, and I know that it exists, and I know I'm capable of doing anything I put my mind to, but why am I not doing it? Like, I had such a good run 2 weeks ago. What happened? What is up, everybody? What is up, everybody, and welcome back to FIYAH Life. It's your girl, FIYAH Lilz, aka Lily like the flower. What's going on? It's been a while. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. This is your weekly self-care check-in channel, your weekly I hope I made you laugh channel. This is your, I'm gonna just start posting what I feel is near and dear to my heart and what I feel is necessary to get out to the world. And if you want to be a part of that journey and see my growth, or maybe take a lesson from me on how not to spend your money in the future or today to avoid some mistakes like I have, then please hit that subscribe button. FIYAH Life is the place to be. Join the FIYAH squad. I appreciate you guys. Much love. So let's get into this video. Also, FIYAH Life merch. This is an original piece, guys. This is an original FIYAH Life piece. I heard your feedback. I appreciate everyone that has purchased something so far, and more to come. Just stay tuned. And if you're watching this in the future where I've already dropped new merchandise, you can go to FIYAHLife.com to learn about me, to shop, to watch my videos, to read my blogs, maybe a podcast. I don't know. But either way, FIYAHLife.com is where all of this will live. So head there right now. After you watch the video, actually. FIYAHLife.com. Tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend. Okay, guys, so I woke up with this video on my heart and I needed to get it off my chest because the messages were just so loud and clear, and I wanted to share this with you guys because this has been patience is something that I thought was a strong point in my life. I mean, it is, but when it comes to my business or things that I want to do in life, I tend to get impatient, and I'm recognizing that a lot more as I get older. But I'm glad I caught it when I did, that I was able to recognize it, because it was the reason why I never really followed through with a lot of my projects or ideas, or I would get discouraged so quickly. And basically, last night, I read a meme that Lovey had posted, and I just started cracking up because it was so relatable, and I'm going to read it to you guys right now. But basically, it says, me, I love learning new things, and then me again, when it's time to learn anything new that I'm not instantly good at. And then it's this guy's face. He's so stressed. He's so stressed. I don't smoke, but relatable. I get so stressed out, and oftentimes I don't realize why I'm stressed or why I didn't follow through on a task. And then I realized it was my patience. I just did not have the patience to put in the real work, to do the boring tasks, to plan out my life, to take a big goal and break it down into smaller goals, and then plan that out and then incorporate it into my life. So that was last night. That's what I went to bed with. You know, that was the last thing I saw on social media before I winded down. Wow. Before I went to bed. Figure out that word. Before I went to bed. And then I woke up. So my morning routine consists of no cell phone, no social media until 12 p.m. But basically, I wake up, you know, say my prayers, what I'm grateful for. I read daily daily devotionals via Joyce Myers on her website. My windows are open, by the way, so you're going to hear a lot of my neighborhood noise. It is what it is, guys. I like having my windows open. I love hearing nature sounds of the freeway and cars driving by really fast and people screaming in my street and honking their horns. So it is what it is. I read my daily devotionals, I pray, I write in my wins journal, and then most recently in the last couple of weeks, as I was praying for God to make my path clearer and to give me the tools that I need to just be more creative, to unblock me, to be more open-minded, and to understand what is basically going on with me. So I've had this book, and I posted a lot. I just recently posted it on my Instagram as well for my book of the week, but I've kept this book next to my bedside for months. Even when I travel, I would keep it in my backpack. I'd never finished it. I still actually have not finished it, but it's a really easy read also. It's not a novel. I guess you would consider this more like a self-help book, but it's called The War of Art: Break Through the Blocks and Win Your Inner Creative Battles. So when I first got this book, I honestly can't even remember who told me to get it, but I'm pretty sure it was an entrepreneur I was following online. But I had read maybe the first 10 pages and I was like, oh, this is good. This is helpful. But at the time, I'd have these big ideas, but I was clouded. I was stressed out because I didn't know how to get out of my job, life, all that, real stuff, plus excuses. Anyway. And after I had said that prayer a couple weeks ago, I just decided to pick up this book again. And like I said, it's next to my bed. And I picked it up and I started it from the very beginning. I was like, I'm not even going to pick up where I left off. I'm going to start all over. And the main theme of this book is resistance and acknowledging, healing from, dealing with the resistances that we face every day, but especially creatively. And for me, as a content creator, as someone that wants to and is building an empire, yes, an empire, based around this brand and myself, I tend to get in my head a lot. So, or I'll get overly ambitious. I'll shoot to the top and then deflate like a balloon, and then I'm useless for days on end, weeks, months. And compared to this past year, deflated for years with no movement, no change, no growth, nothing. And I never knew why I was like that. When it's I know this ambition lives in me, and I know that it exists, and I know I'm capable of doing anything I put my mind to, but why am I not doing it? I had such a good run 2 weeks ago. What happened? So that leads me to what I read this morning. And honestly, the way this book is written, it's written in one or two pages. He writes a passage with a topic. Like yesterday, it was for the love of the game, and it's broken up into I think 2 sections or 3 sections. But it's all about resistance. And anyway, resistance can be beaten, resistance and rationalization, resistance and isolation, part 1 and 2. So you get the idea. So every theme is about 1 to 2, maybe 3 pages at most. So it's a really easy read. So I don't want to ingest I don't read too much of it at once. I read what I feel is necessary for my day to set the tone and to apply to whatever it is I need to accomplish that day or that week or whatever. So, but I've built the habit of reading this book a little bit every morning. And today's passage or today's theme is a professional is patient. And I want to read the first couple of paragraphs to you guys. Resistance outwits the amateur with the oldest trick in the book. It uses his own enthusiasms against him. Resistance gets us to plunge into a project with an overambitious and unrealistic timetable for its completion. It knows we can't sustain the level of intensity. We will hit a wall. We will crash. That is the opening paragraph to this a professional is patient section. So The next opening to the paragraph is the professional, on the other hand, understands delayed gratification. When I tell you I was on the hunt for instant gratification, it was derailing and delaying my entire process this whole time. So, the next paragraph I want to read to you guys in closing from this book, but the professional arms himself with patience, not only gives the stars time to align with his career, but to keep himself from flaming out in each individual work. He knows that any job, whether it's a novel or a kitchen remodel, takes twice as long as he thinks and costs twice as much. He accepts that. He recognizes it as reality. Boy, let me tell you, when I read that this morning compared to what I read last night with I love starting new projects and then, getting stressed out when I'm not good at things, and then waking up to this message, I needed to get it off. I needed to get it off of my chest and share it with you guys, because I feel like, especially for those that are creatives or anyone starting a new job or school, whatever the case may be, but in terms of being a creative, we get so excited in the beginning, myself included, and I'm actively working on this, and I feel like the last week has been my most successful because I understand delayed gratification. And not only that, this is the line that stood out to me the most, but the professional arms himself or herself, they self, however you identify, but I'm just going with what the book is saying. The professional arms himself with patience, not only to give the stars time to align with his career. Whew! Like, we are working on God's time, first and foremost. We can make all of the plans in the world. We can have all these creative ideas. And yes, follow through with them. Follow through. But recognize and accept everything is not going to go according to our plan or our timing. I can't tell you how many courses I signed up for at the beginning of the year. One of them being a 6-week course. I've spoken about this in previous videos. Go binge and watch my videos. But basically, I took a 6-week business course thinking, all right, in 6 weeks, I'm going to be jamming. I'm going to get things done. Everything's going to fall into place. Easy, right? This was back in March. We are approaching August, and I'm just now doing the first couple of steps of like module 1. And there are a few modules to go. So what we have? March, April, May, June, July. April, May, June, July, August. That's 4 months later compared to me thinking 6 weeks. And I was frustrated. There were times where I got really frustrated and I was impatient. And I was like, I wanted to give up because it was too difficult, or I just wasn't good at it naturally. But then I decided, you know what? This is an opportunity for me to do things that I wasn't doing before, and letting go of my ways. Because obviously how I got to this point worked, but it's not every skill that I possess at this point in my life is going to help me to elevate and level up and get past those, break through those walls and enter new thresholds, and basically just leveling up and becoming a better and more smarter, more capable person, businesswoman, business owner, all of that, better skilled videographer, speaker, communicator, all of that. So I just wanted to get that off my chest because it was so strong, and it's the truth. So if you're out there and you're working on a project, I truly, truly, truly implore you to think about all of the goals you have, all of the dreams, right? But also, who are you as a person today, at this very second? Acknowledge who you are in the present and how you can take that person into the future and get things done. Okay? For instance, like I calendar everything. I calendar everything on Google Calendar. I have two of my work account for my transaction coordinator business and my personal account for FIYAH Life and anything related to that stuff synced into my phone using the Google Calendars app. I love it. I have an iPhone and it shows all the colors that I've labeled for every different type of task. But it keeps me in check. And I take the time, whether it's once a week, every other week, but I calendar in my calendar when I'm going to update my calendar. That way I stay accountable and I'm not just waking up, kind of cruising through the day, not knowing what to do. And then by the time I go to sleep, I'm frustrated because I felt like I got nothing done. So I hope that makes sense. Basically, I just, what I'm doing throughout the day are the smaller tasks that will eventually lead to me completing my bigger goals. You know what I mean? And a big part of that journey is also remaining present and celebrating my wins. Like I said, I journal every morning what I'm grateful for, what my intentions are for the day, and my wins that I have accomplished, whether it's in the last, depending on how often you choose to journal, but I journal daily. So my wins consist of everything I did the day before because I journal as soon as I wake up. So I recount what I did the previous day, and it helps me it makes me feel good, to be honest. It goes back to that instant gratification feeling that I yearn for and need. And it grounds me. It keeps me anchored in my goals. It keeps me focused, and it's been the shift and the change I needed. So for anyone else out there still watching, I hope this message receives you well. But like I said, just be patient. And like the book said, understand delayed gratification. It's okay. It's great to be ambitious. It's great to have, lofty goals or goals that seem outrageous and going after them. And you may be lucky and things get done in a day, but are you prepared to sustain that life is what I'm getting at also, and I'm speaking to myself. And if anyone else can relate, drop a comment, let me know. But like I said, calendar your life, plan what you can, control the controllables, and plan as much as you can handle and get her done. You know what I mean? Like, set deadlines for yourself, have accountability. And if you like writing things down, get a calendar. I have a calendar I bought from Target. I also, I said I want FIYAH Life to grow, but I wasn't feeding into it. I was doing videos, but then my laptop, I wasn't able to edit videos for 3 weeks, maybe even more, which is why my content has been a little sporadic. But that has pushed me to just pre-record as much content as possible. And then I also have a content calendar. I know it's kind of old school that I print it out, but I do better when I have things visually in front of me. So this is just everything for August. And then I also have September of the videos I'm going to do and what I'm going to post on my FIYAH Life Instagram. And those are my big goals, right? So I know, I want to film 4 videos for August. So now I have to calendar, when am I going to film those videos? When am I going to edit those videos? And when am I going to post them? Work on the description, the thumbnail. And this is the boring work that I'm talking about, people. We only see the end result of an amazing project. We go to the movie theaters, watch a movie, celebrate it, but we don't see the behind the scenes. And then when we finally do see the behind the scenes, whether it's, when they release the DVD or they do interviews, you see it's a lot more work. It's a lot more intricacy, a lot more intricate details that go into it. It's a lot of time. The opportunity cost of doing art and being creative is major. But if we prioritize our time correctly, our impatience won't be as much of a liability. I find myself to be a lot more patient with my creative process, with myself, and recognizing that, all right, what is the saying? Rome wasn't built in a day. It's true. It's so true. And FIYAH Life was and is not going to be built in a day, but it exists, and I'm chipping at it and I'm adding to it little by little every day, some days more than others, and recognizing some weeks are going to be better than others, but I'm okay with that. And I can sleep at night knowing that I put in the time and the work and the effort, and I organized my life as best as I could, listening to God, saying my prayers, journaling, being intentional with every move that I make, and committing to the plan, to the consistency, whatever that may look like for you. Honor that, and all will fall into place. I know it. I know it. And I'm going to continue to feed my creative desires and needs, and whatever messages I feel like I need to get to you guys, I'm just going to film it, edit it, post it ASAPido, okay? Because I don't want to sit alone in these feelings. I know someone out there can relate, and if you can, let me know, because we are a community, we are a team, we are a squad, gang, and I just want everyone to thrive and do great things in life and honor whatever it is that you want to do in life, whether it's art or buy a home, get a new career, start a new career, try new foods, travel more, whatever it is. It's all about just having a plan and executing it. Being patient, accepting instant gratification as not the ultimate reward, but understanding that delayed gratification is still gratification. Anyway, guys, I hope you received that message well. I feel better. This is low-key therapy for me as well. But I love doing these videos. I have so much fun. And if you want to collaborate or join me in a session one of these days, let me know. I'm down. FIYAH Life is for the people. And I'm in it to win it, guys. No games will be played, only one. And life is a blessing. And until the next video, I'm out. FIYAHLife.com, guys. FIYAHLife.com. Peace.